Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have the Empress card. You'll be glad to know you finally get a bit of a break, right? I know it's been a really rough time for the Geminis these last few weeks, and with some of the things that have come up, and I'm glad that most of you are okay, which is something that I wanted to say. Now that being said, you've got the Empress. Abundance, joy, happiness, but also the juicy stuff, right? This tells me that a lot of you are either working on things behind the scenes, or there is something that has shown up for you just recently, or likely, yeah, and I kind of feel like it is recent. So it'll be this week that I'm recording in, going into really fully expressing itself next week. And I kind of feel like something or someone shows up for you, and it's kind of like, this is really good. What's going on here? There's almost like a moment of universal distrust after everything that's happened over the last few weeks. Now, because it is the Empress card, I will say that this is something solid. It's something juicy, something that can really, not only something that can be enjoyed, but something that could really empower you. And I would say, just because you're maybe feeling the echo of the past in some way, shape or form, allow yourself to be open to giving birth to whatever is showing up for you in some way. All right, let it be what it's going to be. Be present, be open. When it comes to, for those of you that are continued subby, so Raffi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you have the Sun card. Of course you do, right? Fruitful seasons, powerful and wonderful endeavors, but also the Empress coupled with the Sun card, this is can't lose energy, right? So in some way, shape or form, this is really some of the best luck that you've had probably so far this year. And I don't say that lightly. With the Sun card as your actions and options, this is about you kind of being in that space of, I'm going to shine, whether it's raining or whether it's sunshine outside. I don't care. It doesn't really matter. The other thing is as well, this gives you a lot of health. It gives you a health boost, a health vitality sort of energy. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice, and I don't know your personal situation. But in a general sort of sense, this is beautiful, because when the Sun card is in your actions and options, this is about whatever you choose to do. Your actions are blessed and they're also somewhat guided, right? So this is a week to enjoy the fruity goodness of life. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Eight of Wands. So this is really nice, especially because the Eight of Wands is a lot of communication. Communication is, is the total wheelhouse of all Gemini persons. You've got this coupled with the Empress, right? If you are a writer, a poet, a seer, if you do any of these kinds of written or communicative arts, this is going to be a phenomenal week for you. Soak up this energy, right? Put pen to paper, get writing, get juicing, juicing and juicing. Sorry, couldn't help myself. I just get out of the gutter, Raf. Jokes aside, this could be a wonderful week for drumming up new ideas, for fleshing out ideas that you've already got. And I will say this to you, usually I say to people, be, sort of reserved with your ideas. Don't just share them with everyone and anyone. But I really like this. The feeling that I get from it is this week you've got sounding boards. You've got people that you can reach out to and say, I'm thinking about doing this. What's your opinion? And the information that you're getting back is quality information. Why? Because the Empress is involved. Anything that she touches is beautiful, is glorious, you know, gives abundant, fresh energy and fruit. For those that, so I'm doing something new this week to try it out because I've had a lot of requests for this. For those of you that are students, this could be a week where you genuinely do some of the best work that you've ever done, especially if it's some part of, like, if there's anything oral about the, you know, spoken and auditory, if there's anything in that sense this week that you have to do, whether it's speaking and listening, whether it is putting pen to paper, whether it's hashing out some of the ideas that you've got in your head, put pen to paper this week, get started this week, because you'll have some of the best energy behind you that you can possibly have. When it comes to those of you that are employees, this week, some of what you say or the way that you present it could really appeal to people in positions of power to help you. Specifically, those of you that have bosses that are women or work underneath women in some way, shape or form. It's not to say that, you know, men won't, be as beneficial for you. It's just, you know, the Empress is a universal significator for women in some way, shape or form. It could also be as well, an effeminate or even a gay man. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, hard and fast. We live in a multifaceted world that is going through much change and upgradation. So, you know, in keeping with. But yeah, if you're employed by somebody else, this could be a great week, because it's like you're being seen for the skills that you have, and you're able to use those skills and put your ideas forward in a way that they're latched onto, and they're nourished and they're nurtured, and it makes you feel like more appreciated. For those of you that are business owners, people that work for themselves, sorry, the sun is very bright today, that's why I was like keeping out of the way. For those of you that work for yourself, use your network, right? Even if it's not necessarily people that you work with, or even people that are in your field, or you have your expertise. Use your people, use your network as your sounding board. For a lot of you that have your own business, this week you are going to be called upon as a mentor in some way, shape or form. That's like the 4th time I've said that now. Somebody counted all of the ways, shape or forms that I said the other day and pulled me up on it. So I apologize. I will try to stop saying that as much. But what I like about this is, for those of you that are that work for themselves, this is you being called into that teaching sort of role, whether you like it or not. For those of you that are retired, quite frankly, this is just a week to have fun. It's a week for you to talk to anyone and everyone, not that you don't already, but this is definitely a week for much more social interaction than maybe you've had in a while. This could be a lot of fun. For your love and relations, you've got the 6 of Wands, right? So for those of you that are single, there's banter, there's flirtatiousness, there is sexy time. You yourself are glowing, buzzing, whatever you like to call it. You are the honey that all the bees want this week, right? This is lovely. It could be as well that some of you are, like, if you're newly seeing somebody, this could be a week where you are... It could be a week where maybe you're going away, maybe you're spending that first night with the new beau in some way, shape or form. Damn it, I was doing so well. This could also be for those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments and have been in them for a while. This could be one of those weeks where it's like, we're closing the doors, we're switching off the phones. This is about us. This is us time. It's not me time, it's we time, right? When it comes to those of you that are single, a handsome or pretty or gorgeous stranger that happens to be passing through could really take your fancy. And I gotta be honest, a lot of this energy does feel transient, so there may not necessarily be anything concrete or long-term here, but this could be like, you know, like you have a tryst with somebody for a while, and it's like a whirlwind romance, and you know nothing's really going to come of it, but you still have a bloody good time enjoying it. This could very much be something like that. For your money and materials, you've got the Queen of Cups. So you are having to sort of take care of, you know, this, actually, the Queen of Cups in the money and materials, it really reminds me of that saying, take care of the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves. They used to say that to us a lot here in the UK when we were little, you know, and at the time it was like, oh, grown. And now that we are grown, we're like, oh my gosh, they knew everything. When it comes to your money and your finances, your ideas are money spinners, but you don't have them fully fleshed out. And the way that you fully flesh them out is by sharing them with other people this week. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Queen of Cups is your stomach. So I would really pay attention to things that you are toxic to when it comes to liquids this week. Doesn't have to just be about, you know, for some of you it could be coffee, for some of you it could be fizzy drinks, for some of you this could be the stuff that you're putting in your bath or in your shower. Anything that's liquid that goes onto or into your body needs to be scrutinized this week. When it comes to your home and environment, this is about making the home more comfortable, especially if you're going to be entertaining, darling. You know, you're going to have to spruce the place up a bit, and it looks like a lot of you are doing that. When it comes to your new moon, so we've got a new moon on March the 2nd in the sign of Pisces. That new moon for you is taking place in your 10th house of your career, right? This is wonderful because it's a fresh start in the career. How you are seen, your public status, your social standing is all 10th house stuff. It's the persona that you put out into the world when it comes to your work, your career, or your public status. For some of you, this could be going from single to partnered. From some of you, this could be from partnered to engaged, from engaged to married. This new moon is triggering that for you then. And what also comes up with this as well, the change in status could be, you know, change of partnership, marital status, as they call it. But this is, because it's in Pisces, there's an element to this new moon that really says, what do you want from your career? And because of these cards, I do wonder if there's an element of you stepping into a mentor or a teaching role, or in some capacity. This is you really starting to step up to the plate, no longer as just the jovial sort of happy person that shares information, but somebody that is stepping into a leadership or a teacher role in some way. Caught myself. For your new moon message, you've got the Gate 2 and Direct. And the message behind this card is, the moth, it mistakes the light bulb while they keep flying into it. Like, you would have thought they got it after the first time, but no. They mistake it for the true light source. And so this new moon is basically saying to you, don't, like, if you see something that somebody's doing in your field or your industry and you think, oh, you know what, I can't believe they're doing that. Maybe that's the message that you need from the universe to say, if you want them to learn properly, you're going to need to teach them yourselves. The other thing with this as well, on a more sort of personal level and less about the career, this almost suggests to me that you are having to really look at how your career and your love life correlate to one another, and how they are either supporting each other or getting in the way. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.